Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts My Hero Academia Armored All Might. I still haven't watched this show. I don't know if I intend to, but I know a lot of you guys do, and I've had a lot of people ask me to review the figure, so I figured I'd get this one because it looks like a cool enough character design, should be a fun figure, and I have some good and some bad to report, but I guess we'll have to just do the review to get to that. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, so before we look at the figure, let me show you my package, and it's a good one. It's a nice package. I think it's good. There's a lot of dead space right here and a lot going on down here, so maybe not the best looking package to display. Here's some shots of the head. That one looks nice. The rest of these, whatever. I don't know, it's not the best looking package. If you're looking to display stuff, maybe this isn't the one for you. This is what it looks like if you add Photoshop. That's a weird thing to include on your packaging, like as a whole separate little panel. Like, yeah, you can make it look like that if you add Photoshop to it, so that's a thing. There you go, that's probably the displayable part if you're going to use it, but yeah, standard Figuarts packaging for the most part. Alright, this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store if you want to get one. I'll put a link in the description below. He stands to the top of his head about 7.5, more for those gold thingies, and that's going to make him about, we'll just say 19 centimeters. Here he is up against the guy that could beat him in a fight easily, Darwin. So, is All Might gigantic now? Because weren't the My Hero Academia figures normal-sized Figuarts? Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch the show. Let me know, is he supposed to be 8 feet tall? Because he's damn near close to 8 feet tall, like 7, whatever I said, feet tall, at 1/12 scale. So he's big. It's a big figure. It's a very, very big figure. The bad thing is it feels like a model kit in a lot of ways, and it's super unpleasant to handle for a couple of reasons, which I'll talk about as we go. Alright, let's do a question of the day, because I've had so many people tell me different things. I want to hear it again and see if I can make a decision. Is this anime worth watching, or is it, which is what I suspect, just a fine enough anime that's part of this generation of let's see if we can sell products type of anime? Is there actually any good story to it, or is it just toyetic? Is that what's going on here? Let me know. Okay, so 2 things to note right off the bat. I love the gold. The gold is beautiful. However, if this gold is supposed to be matching this gold, they're different. This one's way more yellow. So you guys have to tell me that, because I don't know. Or maybe you don't care and don't have to tell me. But if you want to tell me, I would like to know. This part, the gray part here, is nicely painted. With the black inside, it's clean enough. But the glowy parts are pretty nicely done. They look pretty good. If you don't have to don't want to Photoshop your figures, you don't have to. But yeah, all the little blue glowy bits, they look nice. They have a nice paint job to make them look pretty good. The rest of the figure is metallic, like gunmetal and black and whatnot, but there's not panel lining and stuff like that going on, but there's enough paint to make it look nice. This thing back here needs a wash seriously, I would assume, unless it's supposed to look like this. I mean, obviously it's bunches of little bits of what I could guess are metal. But there's no differentiation. It just looks like molded plastic, so it looks a little bit unfinished because it doesn't have a washer or anything. And I don't know if this is supposed to be connected to here. If it is, that's an interesting way of going about it. But I guess it works well enough. So you guys can tell me about that too. But the paint job looks pretty clean up here, and it's a good looking figure for the most part. The face looks the worst out of all of it, and I'll show you when we get to the accessories. Well, I guess I can show you now. It really looks unfinished. The way they did the teeth, just solid white chunks, which I get that anime can look like that, but it doesn't quite look like this, and we've seen lots of head sculpts before. It just looks weird and unfinished to me. But it generally looks pretty good. There's lots of sharp sculpting, and you know, there are a few issues, but overall it's pretty nice. So I'll give the aesthetic rating and you can comment on accuracy since I don't watch the show, but in terms of just actual quality of what's here, I will go 9 out of 10. It looks pretty good. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get his 2 bendy wired hook stabby thingy, his hook shots that connect to his arms, which are a pain in the ass, but you just pop off part of his arm, put this on, pop it back on. They're bendy, and that's awesome. So many companies don't do bendy stuff and come up with lame excuses why. These should be bendy, they're bendy, that's nice. You get a decent spread of hands, nothing crazy, but there's enough And then as far as faces and heads go, you get the normal head, you get a couple different faces that go with that. So the smirky one, and then the two open mouth ones, which are so damn close to the same thing. It's I guess it's useful, but they are very similar. And then you get the one where his head is coming out of his helmet. And that looks okay, except for there's no paint in the hair, which makes it look really weird. It should have a wash or something going on there, but the face looks pretty nice, actually. The shading in the eye and the blood and stuff looks pretty good. So there's that. And that's it. That's it. Not a lot of accessories going on, which leads me to my next point. Well, first I'll give a rating. 7 out of 10. Average, fine, whatever. Okay, so now let's talk about this, because this figure is an absolute annoying pain in the butt. I'll show you this. This is how you change out his face. You have to pop off his little ear thingies, which feel like they're going to break every time you do it. These things, luckily, are bendable. But you have to pop these off and then swap out the face. That's not the biggest deal. This is the biggest deal, though. And maybe there's a reason for it other than it's just a pain in the butt. I don't have enough knowledge of Japanese to read this. I mean, I could sound it out, but I wouldn't know what the words are. I don't know kanji either, so I could only sound out like a little bit. Anyway, these fall off. Okay, these shoulder pads fall off, and the only way to get them back on is to take the shoulder pad apart, put it back on, and then put the shoulder pad back together. It's such a pain in the butt, and as far as I can tell, it's just a matter of that's how it was assembled, not that it needs to do it for the show, which is just so irritating, because I wasn't even trying, and it fell right off. And getting it back on was a pain in the butt. And then we have this. This shows you how you have to take his arm apart to put these thingies on. It's just... They couldn't just make an alternate piece, like pop off the arm pieces, put on the new one that has those pieces already attached to it, like this. Just make it one piece. These companies are making us do too much work. But that's not even the thing. This is the thing I wanted to talk about right here. Is there a reason that his arm and his arms and legs need to pop off easily? Because it's super easy. Is that a thing on the show? Or is it just that they're letting us know that their tolerances suck again, like they did for, who was it? Spider-Man. Like, hey, if you bend his leg, his crotch is going to split in half. Is that this again? Is this them telling us they didn't make it stay together? I don't know, because I can't read it. But I'll show you real quick. Like, his leg just comes right out. Is there a reason his leg should come off like that? I can't imagine there is. Like a canonical reason. The arms aren't as bad. Luckily, they don't pop off as easily, but they do come off pretty easily. But the fact that it's not that easy makes me think it's not on purpose, that they're just like, oh yeah, it might come off because we didn't make it so that it doesn't. Which is not okay. Like, Bandai is your new thing, making figures that haven't finished going through QA, and then just letting everyone know, by the way, it's not done, so things might fall apart. That's a weird business move. Let me know what you guys think about that. But Spider-Man's hips breaking, this guy's legs and arms falling off. What is going on? Alright, so like I mentioned, these are soft-ish. They're not like soft, but they aren't going to break immediately at least. So that's good. There's a little bit of flex to them. Not a ton. Don't go bending them. Like, if you drop it, it'll probably still break. But just getting it stuck on your finger or something, unless you're really careless, you should be okay. I'm realizing I should walk that back. It is still breakable. Don't be careless. It's still breakable, but it's not super rigid. It's similar to like the V-fins on a Gundam, okay? There's a little bit of flex. So the cape is a separate part you have to put on yourself. The way it pegs on is not the most convenient thing with this mechanism. The tab part, the part that actually goes in, is very small. It's not in there very deep. That's what she said. That's too much. So just be careful. Make sure you get that on all the way or it's going to fall off. But otherwise, it's actually one of the better plastic capes, I think. Other than needing some paint, having the hinge up here and having these flare out like this, it actually looks alright. It does not look bad. It fits properly, they overlap nicely when they're out, and they close up nicely when they're not out. It's a pretty good cape. We've seen way worse from Bandai, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, but then you also have the hinge here, which you're probably never going to use, because it doesn't hinge out. It only hinges down, which is kind of not great looking. So I don't know that the hinge is necessary, but the rest of it works pretty nicely. However, we're going to pop it off. Now, these shoulder pads that I was talking about, and we'll get into the rest of the articulation in a second, these guys can move around. They're on a ball peg, so they like move up and down a little bit, but mostly they just move around like this. And then these guys are on a ball peg too, so that's fine. But the shoulder pads, which are on a hinge and a ball peg, and this is how mine came off, if you go too far, it just pops off. Very, very easily. It's a tiny ball peg, but it does open up for the shoulders to do their thing, which isn't great. Like, they don't have the best range, and they're kind of stiff, but it's fine. Like, the shoulder pads work, but it is very easy to knock everything off. And the arm that's on here with a ball peg and stuff, it's just way too much. It's over-engineered again. Bandai's been going crazy about over-engineering. Like, you get your range, but it's kind of a problem. You get a butterfly joint in here that slips out, but still doesn't really do much. Like, it's there. Sure, technically. Is it helping that much? Not really. Because there's a giant chest piece in the way anyway. So what are we trying to achieve? It's just, like, adjustment posing, which is nice. It's already on a ball peg. I don't know that we needed a slip joint butterfly that moves all around, but whatever. It's just because, like... My point is, it's nice to have extra articulation, that's fine, but budgets are through the roof these days, or at least prices are. I don't think we need to add all kinds of extra stuff when it doesn't achieve much anyway. I guess that's my point. Alright, bicep swivel is fine. We'll get back to the neck in a second, but you'll see why we're not really talking about it. So bicep swivel is okay, it's on a ball peg. Double jointed elbow is pretty good. You would expect more probably, given the way it looks, but it is functional, it's not ugly. This one is on a ball peg down here, which gives you a little bit of extra play, rotation and whatnot, which I like the rotation. The extra play, I'm not sure it's worth that arm falling off, or pulling off, which they warn you about, I think, in the packaging, but it's there, so that's okay. The wrists are on little ball hinges, these float around, so that's fine. As for the neck, the reason I didn't talk about it is because it almost does nothing. Like, the head just falls right off, basically. There's a tiny ball, tiny socket, and no place for it to go. And this collar right here, this outer collar is fixed. I mean, it's only one collar, I guess, but it's a collar. The neck is on some kind of hinge or ball peg or something in there that lets it move around, but only forward and back and only a little bit, and then side to side is next to nothing. And the head falls off as soon as you try to do anything. It's just weird. I don't know what Bandai's doing, man. It's so weird that their figures have these weird problems. I said weird a lot. Okay, for the torso, get ready. If you lean it back, that's what it looks like. It gets gappy and doesn't go very far. If you lean it forward, make sure it's all the way up, and then you can lean it forward like this because we have a goofy-ass hinge inside that puts... You can fit almost a whole Darwin foot inside his back. You can definitely fit a whole Darwin hand if you move his fingers around the right way. Like, his back is just a huge gaping mess because of that hinge. When did we stop being able to articulate torsos that are almost round anyway? That should just be a few ball pegs. And it would have great range, because watch this. Going to the side, it can't lean to the side. It has to lean forward and to the side only. Which, like, it's not the end of the world, but if it was just a ball peg, you could just move it however you wanted, freely, without having any hassle. And as it is, you have to lift it up to use the hinge to get it to do anything anyway, and it still catches itself a lot. Once you squash it down, there's basically no range, just that little bit. And rotation is next to nothing. So having it squashed down so the sculpt isn't broken makes it not work. This is like a semi-floating piece, and the hips have an extendy thing in here. I don't know that it's an actual drop down. I think it's a slip joint of some sort, but it's covered up so you can't see it. But yeah, the hips drop down for extra range because of these. So if you drop them down, you can bring the legs out to the side, which is good. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's super irritating. So that's good, yeah. Full splits, basically no nuggets, but kind of some nuggets, but they're robo nuggets, I guess, so that's okay. I know he's not actually a robot. But yeah, the range is okay once you drop them down. If you leave them up, they don't have much range at all. Once they're dropped down, that's good. Like I said, if you put them up, you get a whole lot less. But not bad for like standard poses. Definitely could be tighter, that's for sure. Thigh swivel is in there. It's at a weird angle. I think it's a ball. Yeah, it wiggles around like a ball. It's fine. I mean, it's a thigh swivel. The knees separate this big gold thing. I don't know if that's accurate to the show, but it's certainly not the best looking thing. You can do that if you want. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. But he gets good range out of it at least. But the knee pad is definitely strange. You guys can tell me how accurate that is. Okay, then for the ankles. This is on a little ball peg. I think it might be two. I think it's a straight peg with a ball. Yeah, well, I think it's a double ball. Anyway, the ankle actually works pretty well, because if you bring it back, because we have our ball peg down here as well, which is really nice. This is how Revoltech used to do it all the time, I think, and maybe not every time now. But you can bring the foot all the way back. This stays up, though, which sucks. But yeah, that works. And then going forward, if you leave it tucked in, it doesn't work as well, but if you use this, it goes a little bit farther. That's still pretty good. That's a nice bend. So that's all right. The ankle rocker works really well too, because this is essentially just a ball hinge. That's nice. I wonder what plastic that is. It might be POC, which everybody won't stop talking about because a lot of people are spreading misinformation about it. But it might be that. It doesn't feel like anything else. But maybe I'm wrong. Either way, it's like palm. It's not super different. Anyway, yeah, the ankle works pretty well. It's a little bit loose, though. And then the toe hinge is terrible. It's loose, it's poorly sculpted, it's placed okay. Yeah, he's just not a very good figure, and it does feel like a model kit when you're handling it, especially with that torso that doesn't articulate well at all, and the shoulders that don't articulate particularly well, and everything falling off. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I'll give his articulation a 7 out of 10, and I'll give the overall rating for this guy now, because that's where we're at in the review. If you only want it for looks, it's probably better, despite the fact that it should have just loads of articulation. If you only want it for looks, you could maybe argue like 8 out of 10, but I'm gonna say for everything, it's like a 6. It's a real pain in the ass to handle. And a lot of the joints look bad, and his arms fall off. His cape falls off, his shoulder pads fall off, his head falls off. Did I say his legs? Yeah, I'm gonna go 6, and I think that's generous. It's kind of a bummer of a figure. And I had no expectations of it other than, you know, robotic suits should be fairly easy to do. And Bandai managed to not do a very good job. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.